You know, one of the fun things about traveling on the road is you get to make new friends and you get reacquainted with old friends. And I'm here with Gordy and Debbie Wensel. They've been performing in Branson since I've known you, but you've been performing a lot over your career, right?
Especially since we moved out here.
Yeah.
Seems like I'm busier here than I was when I was in Branson.
We're down in Arizona right now in Apache Junction, and it's good to see you guys again.
Yeah, it's
Tell
good
me
to see you.
what's been new since you left Branson.
Oh, well, where do we start, man? We never really meant to leave Branson as quickly as we did. But, you know, COVID changed a lot of things for everybody's life. And,
Right.
and the year that we were coming out here after COVID, you know, we usually have, 40, 50 dates booked for the winter. And we only had 10. And 9 of those canceled.
Wow.
But we came out here anyway because there was more work out here than there was in Branson in the wintertime, as usual.
Right.
And we found a lot of great opportunities out here and thought, what are we waiting for? We had our success in Branson. We thought, let's give these people some love out here in Arizona. And so we decided to sell the house and everything in it. We packed up, and everything we had, we put in a trailer and a Suburban, and moved out here, bought a park model, and now we just go town to town every night, just spreading the love.
And that's a big leap of faith to
yeah.
pack up like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But sometimes it's invigorating and exciting at the same time because
We took a cut and pay to come out and do this, but now we're working more than ever.
yes,
So it all balances out. We're making just fine. We're just fine.
you're surviving, having fun. It's a beautiful area.
That's,
and
more than the money. That's
Yeah.
you can't beat that.
And you guys have been so encouraging to Melanie and I as we've been out back on the road, because I toured years before I came to Branson, but then I've been sitting down for 31 years performing in Branson. I love it there. It's like an entertainer's dream to be able to go home and put your head down on your own pillow. But you can kind of do that here, and in a way, when we're traveling in this motor coach, we can do that every night because we take our home with us. What's the difference, the biggest difference from working in Branson to the way you're performing now?
Well, that's where Branson was a lot nicer. I'd walk into the theater in the evening and do my show.
Because you're in one location and
Change the batteries in the microphone.
Yeah, change the
and
batteries
away
in
we
the
go.
microphone. There we go. And now it's it's a little more work each night. We got set up, tear down, and but the freedom to perform whatever we want to perform and to get to perform different venues and different styles. I mean, we still do our production show like we did in Branson at a lot of the resorts and stuff like that. But the opportunities that we found after COVID with some of the clubs, Moose Lodges, Eagles, Elks. I'm getting ready to become an Elks member here.
Really?
Next week.
Next week I'll officially be. I can sign you in. Come on down.
do you have to wear a special hat or something with
No, but
horns on it?
I ask him. Sunday I do the orientation, and then Wednesday I go back for the initiation. I said, well, what does the initiation consist of? He said, sorry, but we can't tell you that.
It's secret.
It's a secret.
Wow.
I don't know if they're going to make me go.
That would be fun.
Like an elk, or you have to be an elk.
Yes.
But we found those opportunities along with some great bar and grill venues that we perform at, and in Branson we sang the same 30-some songs in our show for 12 years. When you do George Strait, people expect. If you don't sing Amarillo by Morning, or All My Exes Live in Texas, or I Cross My Heart, all these big songs that George had, he had 60 number ones, but even George, he can't do all of his songs in one evening. All of his number ones, he can't do them in one evening. So, we were kind of stuck in a groove that we had to stay in, and we didn't change the show much over the 12 years that we did it. But it didn't seem like that mattered. because we would always have a fresh new audience, and we would always come out and do the show the same way we always did it. And even after 12 years, in fact, after 12 years, we were having more success than we were ever having. But it was just, I don't want to say I was burnt out on it, but in some ways, when we came out here in the wintertime to do something different, it was a breath of fresh air. And when we, it's like, oh, I get to sing something besides George Strait, and
Right.
take a break from it. And she gets to sing more because, she didn't get to sing as much in the, she was more of a feature in the
I
tribute
do
show.
4 solos, and he do the rest of the 2 hours in our tribute to George Strait. But out here, it's more half and half. We're doing a lot of dances, and so we're singing the phone book. We're singing everything. There's reason
Singing the phone book.
to
I love
sing
it.
Patsy Cline, to sing the latest Ella Langley song on the radio. I mean, we're just doing it all.
And
Yeah.
the other
It's
thing
a lot of
too is
fun.
it's opened up a whole new library for us. My vocal range is expanded. Being able to do more and different songs. People challenge us. When we're at dances and stuff, they'll say, "Oh, can you sing this song?" And I'll go home and listen to it. And
Next week,
next
we're
week,
singing that
I'm
song.
either singing it or say, "Ain't no way in heck I'm gonna learn that one."
And this has been kind of a life-changing
It has.
change for you, hasn't it?
It is.
A little bit.
We're somewhat. I say we're somewhat semi-retired, but I have no intentions of
Play
retiring.
200 dates a year. That ain't
Yeah.
retired. That's,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah, but why retire?
6 days a week,
if
but
you can
yeah.
do it and you get out and it makes you feel good, it makes people feel good to hear the music.
It
and,
does.
Yeah.
It's good for you physically. We were just looking at this Superstition Mountain here, and you were telling me how you climbed to the top of that several times, right?
Well, twice I've been up on the mountain.
I guess your answer depends on if it's legal to climb up
Oh
there.
yes, it's perfectly legal to climb
Yeah.
up. And one of these days, I'm gonna climb up there and spend the night.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I want that experience. I don't know why, but and I tell people that's my headstone. So someday, if you could ever come out here to Mesa, Arizona, and I'm not around anymore, just look at that mountain. That's where I'll be.
Wow. Well, I understand that. We have a mountain in the Black Hills that I kind of have that same story. That's where I would like to spend my eternity, or at least my ashes. But so we have a little bit in common too, because you're from South Dakota.
You
I'm from
bet.
South
Born
Dakota.
and raised in South Dakota.
Kadoka, is that
No,
where?
Kimball.
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 It rhymes with Kadoka.
Yeah.
Sort of. Not
Yeah.
really, but
Yeah, my parents had a truck stop on Interstate 90, and kind of between Mitchell with the Corn Palace
Wow.
and Chamberlain. We were just, and
so you
we
grew
had-
up with blizzards and
Yeah,
snow.
yeah.
And Kimball would
Sometimes,
get lots
it'd
of
be
snow.
hunkered down, and the help couldn't get to work, so my dad would get on the snowmobile and he'd go out and get them, and we worked.
Yeah.
It wasn't, oh, it's snowing, I can't come in. It's nope, we worked back then.
So did you sing in high school when you
I
were
sang
young?
in high school, and then I went to college briefly to be a music teacher, and I thought, no, I don't want to be a music teacher. I just want to sing. And so I didn't last very long in college, and then I ended up moving to Clear Lake, Iowa, and ended up forming a band, and for
Home
a
of
few
the
years.
Surf Ballroom,
Yep.
with the famous Surf Ballroom where Buddy Holly did his last
Yep.
concert for
Yep,
the winter
and I
party.
played with my band twice in the Surf Ballroom, and it was great. Got to meet all the stars from the 50s. Every year in February, they would have a big winter dance party and celebrate the music of Big Bopper, Buddy Holly, and Richie Valens. And,
There is something magical about that
It
showroom.
is.
I got to do one corporate show there, but I went back into the green room, they call it, but it's a white room, but it's full of autographs.
Yep, my
of so
name's
many
on the
performers.
autograph, signed on the wall somewhere. Went back a few years ago. We went into that green room, and I couldn't find my autograph, but I know it's in there somewhere. But
Yeah, well,
and I used to have my picture of my band on the wall, and then they redid things, and I'm not sure if they've gotten it back up or not.
Well,
but
I don't know. I saw so many names. I saw Tony Orlando's name, and I thought, well, I'm going to sign close to Tony. So
There you
my
go.
name's on there somewhere too. but near Tony, Orlando. You'll find his name probably a lot easier than mine.
Yeah.
So when Buddy Holly played the surf, the next night he was supposed to play in Fargo, I believe, and the plane didn't make it, of course. But since he died in the plane crash, they hired Bobby V.
Bobby V.
He was in high school, and they said, "Hey, we need some," because we just lost our whole roster for tomorrow night's show, and
Right.
and Bobby V, his band, they got together and did some songs, and that took his,
And that kind
started
of
his career.
propelled his career, and then he came to Branson
Yeah.
a few years later, and Bobby would always go to the winter dance party too, because since Buddy Holly was killed and all that, and they would feature Bobby V at some of that stuff too, and you.
So I
saw him
met Bobby V at the surf ballroom, and then later I went to the Iowa State Fair and saw him again and talked to him and said that I had a band, and he's like, "Oh, well, you need to play with my band." So he set it up, and a few weeks later we played in Boone, Iowa, Puffer Billy Days, big street dance, and I sang with his band. Okay, that was about 1990. Okay, fast forward. I moved to Branson in 94, and I've been there for a little bit, and I meet Bobby V again, and I said, "Yes, I sang with your band back in Iowa." And he says, "I remember you. It rained, and you came back the next night and still got up with the band." And I mean, and this was right at the start of his getting dementia. But he remembered me. He didn't remember my name, but that was that little blonde girl. I was like 25 years old when that happened, and it was just such a joy.
It's hard to forget a face like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys, you came from different backgrounds, but you found each other in Branson, right? Is that
Yep.
where you first
Yep.
started performing together?
I moved to Branson in 2005, and part of it was because I came there to be part of Doug Gabriel's Branson Idol. That's
Right.
That's what kind of did it for me, and I give Doug Gabriel some props for encouraging me and everything that he did for my career in Branson. And there was a lot of people that I thank in Branson. Cheeside Childs was a big part of our. Susan Carmen Hudson was a big part of it. Karen Burka, who we just lost not too long ago. Karen Burka was a big reason why my friend David Goode and I met. And David Goode,
I was going to introduce David
He's sitting
Goode
behind
right
the
here.
camera over here.
Let's
Taking it all in.
let's take the camera.
Yeah.
David, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
David's here, still making America great again. But David, tell us a little bit about your restaurant there that you had in Branson.
Well, we had a little restaurant there in Branson, and we didn't do any entertainment or anything. It was just straight a restaurant. And after I'd purchased it, I decided I wanted to have live entertainment there. So we kind of remodeled one side of the restaurant, built a stage, without really knowing why we were going to build this stage or what we were going to do with it, other than I knew I wanted to have some kind of live entertainment. And it wasn't too long after that I met Gordy and Debbie, and we got talking about doing a show and decided, let's give it a shot. And after we kind of got going, and it just built up over the years, and 12 years later, we're doing full houses, so it was just a great experience for me and for them.
And tell everybody the name of the restaurant that.
The name of the restaurant is Jackie B. Goode's Uptown Cafe. Now you might want to know who is Jackie B. Goode. It's not me. But I had older brother that was killed in Vietnam in 1968. His name was Jack. And so there's kind of a little remembrance of him. In the foyer is his picture and all the medals that he was awarded, which included a Silver Star and a Bronze Star. And just a little write-up of his last battle and why they awarded him the stars.
That's beautiful. And I've been to the restaurant. That's where we first met. And a lot of our veterans like to stop in there. And you always were kind to our veterans in Branson as well. Yeah.
And part of the reason why
Good to have you. And
oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Part of the reason why he built the stage. His brother Jack was a musician and loved music, and that's he wanted to have a place that honored him that had music.
very nice. Well, thank you for being here in the Barber Bus. We've got this one little camera we're kind of handing around. There's Melanie and our dog Autumn, and we've been having a good time traveling the country, performing at RV resorts. We'll be back in Branson for April. I'll be performing there this year at the Shepherd of the Hills. They've got a place called the Pavilion Theater, and they call it the Playhouse Theater now.
Yep.
And we've got a show called Comedy Bash, dinner show, and I'll be able to perform throughout the year on different dates. Excuse me, when we're in town. We just had a great breakfast this morning, by the way, and it still tastes good. So
And I'm happy to see you back in it again, and see you performing. I got to see you perform the other night over at Countryside, and what a great show!
Oh,
I mean,
well, thank you.
The whole thing. I'm so impressed with your talent.
Well, and likewise for the both of you, it's encouraging to see a couple work together and have fun together. And I know that every day is simply perfect, right? You're never dealing with any strife or anguish, are we, honey? And you never argue about money or anything like that. No, life is interesting, but when you can perform together as a couple and work together, it is refreshing, and you support each other through the good times and through the hard times, and you guys have certainly been through all of that, and let's just say there's only good times ahead.
Yes.
Should we do that? Yeah.
That's right.
I cling to the scripture that says the best is yet to come.
Melanie wanted to say that.
Well, I cling to the scripture that says your latter days will be better than your former days, which means the latter days, or we're living in our latter days, so they're going to be better than our former days. So
The best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come, and you guys, it's so good to share a few minutes here on camera, but we'll have many more experiences together. You've got a show coming up Sunday, and I'm going to even make a little surprise appearance in it.
It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
It'll be fun, so we're looking forward to that. But good to see you. Thanks. And where can people find you online if they want to find out more about what's happening in your life?
GordyandDebbie.com.
GordyandDebbie.com, and that's Debbie with an IE,
Yeah,
right?
and Gordy with a Y. It's funny. When we first got together, she always went by Debbie K. When I first met her, she had a two-name word, and we would
Two-word name.
We would go by Gordy Wensel and Debbie K. Well, we decided to shorten it to Gordy and Debbie K. And then we go to these RV.
No. Me, Gordy, and Debbie K.
Yeah, me, Gordy, and Debbie K.
Me, Gordy, you, Debbie.
And
Me, Gordy,
well, it
you,
was
Debbie K.
and Gordy
Me,
Wensel.
cave man, you cave woman.
Yeah.
okay, well,
Me make fire. But we would go to these RV parks, and we would send them all the information that of who we are. It's all printed out and everything, our pictures and everything. And what would they do? They would put their own poster up, and they'd say, "We welcome Debbie and Gordy K." Or
So we just got
and
rid of-
they'd spell Gordy with an IE and Debbie with a Y. But it's Gordy and Debbie, GordyandDebbie.com.
That's right, just like it is right here below, because we're going to drop the text in on the video. Yeah.
Or you can go on Facebook and type in Gordy, the and symbol, whatever. They've got a special name for that.
Ampersand? Is that it?
Yeah,
That's
Gordy,
the official
ampersand,
word.
and Debbie, and just go by Gordy and Debbie. And that's how you can find us on Facebook.
Okay. Or hashtag what would your hashtag be? Cool dudes?
Yeah.
That's
You know,
it. I don't know the hashtags.
I don't know that I've ever had a hashtag.
You need a hashtag.
Do we?
Yeah, you
Okay.
haven't lived till you've found your hashtag.
Well,
Hashtag them, Joe.
Okay.
I
Well-
have no idea.
if you're listening,
Barber Bus, that's our hashtag. Yeah.
and you can think of a good hashtag for Gordy and Debbie. Let us know. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, in the description, in the comments below, put in what would be a good
What- yeah, what
hashtag
should we
for Gordy and Debbie. That could
Yeah.
be dangerous.
You know,
though, too.
it's funny how it is. The older that you get, the less you become. It's like there's so many things out there. You got Twitter, you got TikTok, you got Facebook,
Instagram.
YouTube, Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
What's the old one? MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh, my
MySpace.
I had a MySpace.
I had MySpace for a minute, and then it was Facebook.
And I just, I've tried to hook up to all of them and to try and keep up with all of them.
It's a lot.
Facebook or my website. Hey, I'll give you my phone number. You can text message
Yeah.
me if you want. If you need to really talk
I'll
to me.
tell you, when you go to the website, you get his phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the olden days when we actually had to write a letter?
Or a
Oh,
postcard.
I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter. Yeah, it's really special when somebody sends you a handwritten note, isn't it? Because you don't see that too often.
and
these
back in the
days.
day when you knew everybody's phone number, now it's like, call Gordy, call Dave, call Jim. It's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know his
I
phone number.
still
I know
don't know
mine.
her
I don't know
number,
anybody
yeah.
else's.
He still asks me, "No, what's your number?" He said, "I know I should know it, but I just press your name."
Oh, while we're talking about
we're rambling.
the move and everything out here, when we moved out here, we thought it was just going to be a move. We're going to move out here. We're going to stay out here. We're not going anywhere else. We're going to live in Arizona and entertain the rest of our life. No, because Arizona is a winter bird state, and all these snowbirds from Minnesota, Iowa, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, Washington, Canada, all these people that come down here every year, and they say, "Oh, you don't want to stay out here in the summertime. It's too hot. Come back and entertain in our town." And so we have not spent an entire year in Arizona since we moved here 5 years ago. It's been we just trade winter work for summer work now, and
Maybe
and so-
next year we'll stay
we-
there.
we-
So you're not bi-coastal, but you're bi-seasonal.
Yes.
Okay, got it. That's a new phrase that we'll use.
Bi-seasonal?
Yeah, that's your hashtag.
Hashtag
Bi-seasonal.
That's how I identify. I'm bi-seasonal.
Okay, we're starting to go in the wrong direction,
yeah.
so maybe we better
Wrap
hang
this
it up.
up, yeah.
Dave, thanks so much.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Dave's gonna say so long for now.
Thanks for joining us. We had a good time.
We did have a good time, and we'll see you guys on the road and online somewhere. Yeah.
Hopefully on the stage. I don't like singing out on the road
Yeah.
as much.
We got some street
Yeah.
parties, but yeah.
Yeah, we do a little street party once in a while, but not in the middle of the road.
All right. So long. Bye-bye.
Bye.